Okay. Hello, everyone. This is sing51074. Welcome to That's Funny Comedy Showcase. And I'm going to be talking about painters. Um, I actually took a class in college about painters, singers, and stuff like that. It was so great. Abstract art and all of that. We had to write papers. Um, but my thing is like, you know, um, I did the jokes about the fashion, and it had me thinking, the fashion designers, when they do certain things, like writing on the behind, of the pants, like the billboards, the bill butts. If you saw the last one, but I think they're like, in the same league as the painters. I think it was really not so much creativity, but a touch of ADD, adult deficit disorder. I think that's really what it is, because it's like we are bored. We don't have anything to do. There's a piece of cloth here, and it's finished. It's beautiful. It can be worn, but hey, let's start throwing some things on it. Let's put words on it now. So that's what the fashion designers do. Hey, let's put some glue on the pants and throw something at it, and we'll call it design. Well, guess what? What the painters did, when they got tired of eating chalk, or maybe it's because they were eating their chalk and they're smelling too much paint thinners and all the things that they have in their studio. And sometimes they lock themselves in, so the paint was in there very strong, getting in their noses and eating away at their brains. This is a possibility. And they started throwing things on a white canvas and called it art. Wow. And guess what? A lot of them probably were going to psychologists, because once they threw it on the wall, on their canvas, then they said, hey, I see a woman in this painting. I see a dog. Well, guess what? That sounds like an ink spot. And it sounds like you've had a couple of sessions, haven't you? Now I'm talking about it because, hey, I've seen it on TV, but some people have seen it in real life. And so some of these painters, you know, Van Gogh cut off the ear, so we know they had a little bit of problems going on. There were some things that's not exactly right. So, but guess what? They had ADD. Fine, no problem. You know why? They're vindicated because today, the man who cut off his ear can sell his painting for millions and millions of dollars. Who has the ADD now? Guess what? The millionaires and the billionaires. They say, hey, my wall has everything on it. It has great paintings of a house. It has a painting of a car. It has a painting of myself. And that was the ultimate. Now I'm bored. I just need something that no one can get, and that'll make it special. So they get something, and it just looks like maybe an artist took painting and just tossed it on the canvas, or it could have been on the floor and they spilled it over, knocked the can over and said, oh, this is it. This is my finest work. And or it probably wasn't even them that said it was my finest work. It could have been that they knocked the paint over while the canvas was on the floor, and then the bell rang, and they went and answered the door, and someone came in and said, hey, I needed to talk to you. And once they got inside, they said, oh, this is it. Eureka, I have found it. This is your greatest work of art. And But guess what? It was just an accident, or it was something else. And like when we go to the different places, the Louvre, and different places like that, it's like, oh, these are great, beautiful paintings. But now I'm going to bring you back to one of my other comedy spots when I spoke about um, people walking around after being drunk. Yeah, you know where I'm going. After being drunk, and they were embarrassment to their family, throwing up everywhere. Well, guess what? You just might have a painting that consists of one of the former artists' lunch, because they probably were upset too and drinking, and not, because they did have some problems. They were cutting off their ears. They were doing a lot of things, so they weren't necessarily the happiest people. you know, and guess what? You could be holding uh, vomit painting. It's nasty, but it could be true. You do not know how your painting came about. You just know it has a name on there of somebody that you never met. You really don't know too much about. And most people that have paintings have never researched them. They've never taken a class like I have. And I've forgotten more stuff about artists and songwriters and whatever than most people who have the $1 million paintings in their homes know about paintings. But guess what? I'm not mad. Enjoy your vomit painting. Enjoy it. Your vomit masterpiece. Your vomit piece. Let's just shorten it. It won't be a vomit masterpiece, a vomit piece. Put the vomit piece on mantelpiece. Because those old homes that are worth millions and millions of dollars still have mantelpieces. So, yeah, I know they still have mantelpieces. They're beautiful. So you put your vomit piece on your mantelpiece and you be rich and have A.D.D. and you take the painting of someone that had A.D.D. that vomited on your painting and you hang it up on your wall or your mantelpiece. So anyway, art is something that we all can enjoy, and it's something that, if you try to take it on, you had better be prepared for where it takes you. You need to make sure you have proper ventilation, because if you don't, the paints will overwhelm you too, and then you might start making paintings that don't make sense. But guess what? Later on in life, they will sell big. Now, here's the balance. You have to make a choice. Do I close myself in with the paint thinners, and all these different smells, and eat the chalk so that I can make something so odd and so crazy that 100 years down the line, it's going to be worth like $1 billion? It's sad, but probably true. Don't do it. As a good Christian, I'd say to you that, you know, it's not all about money. But a lot of you looking and watching this, I know you've got a vomit piece on your mantelpiece. So I would just say you need Jesus. And then that way you'll stop eating chalk, and you'll stop eating the crayons, stop sniffing pain, and, open up the windows so that you will not have $1 billion painting 100 years down the line. But you'll have Jesus, you'll be saved, and you'll have your right mind in your brains. Then you can paint something for real. Now, I don't know if it's going to sell $1 million, but, you know, it probably won't be that interesting. Hey, you didn't cut off your ear, so your painting is only worth $500. You cut your ear off and you sew your toes together, your painting is going to be worth $1 billion. No, thank you. My painting. My painting, I just have to take the regular route. All right, so this has been Sing51074, and I hope you enjoyed yourself, because I sure did. Vomit piece. Ay, ay, ay.